up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Sino, and today we bring to you guys the Blitz Swiss stage. There will be 6 matches tonight. I don't know how long I will be around to get those done, but we'll be able to enjoy the time while we are here. We have the first game starting off, which will be Castaway X versus Best for Esports. We're going to get these games on the road as quick as possible, but we wanted to do pre-show a little bit early so you had a chance to vote. If you don't know how already, you either put a 1 or a 2 in the chat for your respective team. In the pin chat on Twitch, it should give you the ability to be able to see how to vote and what team respects to 1 or 2, or you just put the name in the chat and it will count as a vote to get a chance at being welcomed on the on-screen graphics. Let's have a good day. We're going to get these players situated into the lobby, and we'll be right back. after a little bit of technical difficulties, will get the way to establish some form of fun. Today, we'll hit this off, see how this will play out. Now, Vesper Esports and Castaway X. I am familiar with Castaway X's console team. Vesper Esports, a little bit newer. I haven't been around the block for a Swiss stage in a league in a very, very long time, so it's always fun to be able to kind of work our way around the block, see the upcoming teams. I had the pleasure of casting, I think, Pack Runners before they went Tier 2 and ultimately going to the Grand Finals in their first attempt at it. So it's always refreshing to see some new blood in a Swiss stage. And if you guys don't know how Swiss stages work, it's 6 BO1s essentially for Saturday. And then tomorrow, whoever qualifies, it might be top 8. I'll have to check. Don't quote me on anything. They'll make it into the playoffs where there will be an official broadcast tomorrow where all of those matches will be played out. And it will be the end of the circuit then and there. I think this starts off with a round 1 Swiss stage. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, it should just be continuous play-ins until you walk out with your playoff bracket. Now, for Castaway X, I haven't seen these guys play in a minute, and I'm being told that they're also allowing a console team to play today. So it's kind of exciting to see how this will work out. I mean, it could be due to Mingo deciding to play in Tier 2 on a controller. It could be innovating the fact that roller teams and orgs want to be able to compete in PC, and it's kind of more motivating to see when you can have a kind of precedent set by somebody like Mingo. So we'll have, I think, 2 console teams playing today in this league. But first map that we'll be seeing will be Lair. Should be quite exciting. I mean, you see how it'll play out, especially with the newer operator buffs. Not really new, but they're a couple weeks old. You obviously have the buffs to Wamai, and most recently you have those micro changes to players like Oryx, these mini buffs that kind of make them more viable operators. But as we are kind of deviating away from a shield meta, I wouldn't say that bringing Oryx is completely justified if the team brings 1 or 2 shield ops, as you have so much more utility that you can prioritize because of the amount of versatility a map like Lair has. I mean, you'll lose your Kaid and your Azami, but you'll have Tachanka and Smoke and Goyo to be able to just rain on utility if a plant is to be attempted to go down. Now, not having Kaid makes it a little bit harder to trick it, especially with the Tabaro on board. So it'll be a little interesting to see how they'll be able to kind of deal with this, knowing how much pressure could be on the board. But as of now, you don't see the Zofia going below. And there you go. That's the Caster's Crystal. Eat my own words. Zofia will probably be doing the 3 big booms, I like to call it, by going below, and for whoever tries to bandit trick, they'll be met with 3 very nice and feisty explosions that will rid of anything on the board. Now, Bandit is on cams and seems to know what the idea is, so he's a ways away from that main wall. No tricking of the sort. Thatcher will just be easily able to EMP it, and it will be Tabaro to kind of waste out the time with the Zoto canisters. But we'll waste 1 to Ops to push one of these shield Ops back, but 1 Vulcan will be popped in the meantime, and 1 Breach will be targeted. It won't be allowed to be vaultable, but it is opened as of now, giving both Ops control and masked wall control to the attackers. Eli opens it up. It gets rid of Vipski, but it could be a refrag, but no, Twist gets beamed out from below. The magnification of that scope makes it a little bit awkward to take that gunfight, so he'll fall, leaving 90 seconds, but a res to kind of stop them in their progression towards the site. Now, so much time left to kind of coordinate a good execute, and with a healthy shield op as well, you can continue to rid the time as you've gotten rid of 1 utility operator. If you can possibly get rid of that Tachanka or somebody who holds the C4, you're doing God's work at being able to establish a beautiful defensive counter. Now, the Shmikas are being sent in and essentially wasted out in the hall. Usually you like to conserve them for the default plant, but to be able to save the Vulcan, I guess, on that door is more important. But can opener being used to be able to allow players to walk in for a default plant. The Shmikas are being set out on operations door, so it's a little bit easier to cut off these players, but the shield's going to make it a little bit harder to peek out and send those in free reign. Tachanka forced to improvise. Now just nearly half a minute left on the clock. You'll have to kind of mimic how it would be by bouncing them off the wall. Crusted and Twist go big with 1, 2, and Odd goes big for the 3rd. It's a beautiful round, but Marty brings it back to be able to give his team some fighting chance, but look at Vesper. They're able to bring it back from absolutely nothing, from going down 1 body and having another downed, to being able to establish a 3-man advantage, now being 1. Misinterpreting how much that Vulcan can really hit you for, and it's spread damage as he'll fall on a beautiful opening round by Vesper Esports. It's a good opening round, and for Castaway X, it's not something to be demotivated about. It is a little bit annoying to attack that uppermost site, especially with the amount of utility nowadays. You just see so many traps, so many things that kind of are direct obstacles to being able to get into the site. So it's understandable, but you have to be able to innovate to get your way around it, even if it is a little bit more difficult. Downstairs to the lab from the tertiary site quite yet. Arguably one of the better sites to see how that plays out. I mean, you can go upstairs and just play a good amount of verticality, so it's usually very refreshing to see how that site plays out. I'm excited to see if Vesper will go to that site, if they win this one, or if they lose it. Are they going to have to choose between the two? What will they do? But a shield extension into warehouse I haven't seen in a really long time. The newest meta is usually to kind of pivot backwards, go into a place like missile and play time and try to run down the clock on these players, but I guess not. As a warehouse direct seems to be the play here. The Warden with the shield is the only thing that stands in between these attackers and progressing. I mean, again, it's a little bit interesting to see it because I haven't seen a warehouse direct in a really long time. Usually teams do like to take verticality and then funnel down either filtration or then try to push into warehouse, but pushing direct could usually lead with one player falling, and that usually is enough to tip the scales in the favor of the defenders, especially when they have a good amount of utility stacked up there, as they are anticipating a push from that area. But 40 seconds burned off the clock, and it's still relatively quiet. Castaway X isn't getting carried away with how they're playing. They'll use their Monty as their point man to be able to use that bulletproof shield to take all of harm's way at the focal point of that bulletproof shield, and from there they'll just continue to play. Now Odd making the executive decision to kind of eat the Jago payload. So now smoke cannot be called for the remainder of the round. And from there can just solely focus on taking gunfights and using utility, because that also means you cannot use or access your phone to look at cams or utility for the remainder of the round. Now the toxic babes are being sent in to push Eli back. Can't even win a tick off of that, and you have 90 seconds left with all 3 gas babes burnt off, and I assume the shield's gone as well. Not looking too great right now for Vesper and the economy of their utility. To make matters worse, Perplexed opens it up and gets rid of Vipsky, who was another player that you could use to see through that smoke and the flashes if these guys were to try to go for a default plant. Now Eli pushing up, clearing off all of this utility for himself. Now Odd is in a lurk spot. Oh, you need to be able to drone those. Getting rid of the Monty could mean the difference between winning and losing this round, but Perplexed is doing everything in his power to make sure that doesn't happen. It's another kill to reestablish a 2-man advantage in the triple. A beautiful shot as now Twist, left by his lonesome with the logic bomb. It won't even detonate before the R4C takes his head off his shoulders. A beautiful individual effort by Perplexed. The rest of the team just doing regular siege in and outs to make sure you can establish areas of the map. And now Vesper Esports are going to have to decide if they want to retry that site or go onto the mid-floor. looks like they'll change it up at that last second and go on to the tertiary site. And no Solus, despite her being on the board, a viable option. They'll look to kind of, I would assume, play in pillar with a shield and then soft extend upstairs, but not having the Solus makes it a little bit harder to anticipate where that plant is going down, because you can either plant in the cubby, you can decide to go into an off spot and make these defenders guess, because outside of the default holes, it's a little bit harder to anticipate what the idea really is. So a little excited to see how that'll work out for them, but Castaway X now given the opportunity to continue to keep their foot on the gas. Yeah, this will work out for them. A little bit more of an attacker presence on the uppermost floor, and it's a little bit less than what I would expect from Vesper Esports, considering they have that castle. I mean, a free pick is given out here, and Eli's pushing in, just pushes right through that F-Knot, and those Shpikas are basically rendered useless at this close range, especially when you have to pull out an insane launch that takes a good amount of time to aim in and shoot. Gives Eli the time to get up close and personal and establish that flash that Blitz is just so powerful with. Now Hydro eats the Jago payload as well. This team is very good at being able to evade Dokkaebi by just waiting until they're 100 HP, eating the call, and now guess what? You can't get called for the remainder of the round. Now Eli goes big with a beautiful kill to get rid of the defender. No more F-Knots will be able to be prioritized. The guy didn't even get flashed, he just decides to ADS regardless. Rex gets a kill in the meantime. A 5v1, a near flawless round would be the first of this series. But Crusted says no, and rids of that shield operator that's been such a pain to deal with on the uppermost floor. Another payload delivered, and the damage will be taken off. So much pressure mounting onto this hatch. They know exactly where he is, and it's a little too easy for Perplex to establish that lead. Castaway X now take the lead for the first time this series. It's exactly what you want to see, especially in a best of one. Usually want to establish as much pressure as you can in the earlier stages of this game. You're doing a great job at that. Now, as the parameter resets and unlocks that uppermost site again, now Castaway X are going to have to go back to the drawing board and assume what went wrong with that first round. I mean, they got the first pick. They even downed a second player, but when push came to shove, when the utility was there, it just completely crumbled for them. The third and final bans come in, Tachanka Nomad, which means the presence of Tachanka is obviously going to be missed, but you still have Goyo on that board, and Twitch stays up. That could be an operator that you could decide to bring to rid of the utility before you even have to approach that site. But Clash is still on the board, and Nomad, one of her better-known direct contacts, is being allowed to stay on the board. There we go. As you can see, Odd brings it on the 6th pick. Now going to be a little bit more annoying to have to deal with a shield operator compared to a Tachanka. I mean, he can deny the default plant, but you usually can't gain access into ops when you see a player like Clash all up close and personal in your face, especially when it causes shields to go over to the side and render the entire body of the attacker vulnerable. So, some things that are going to have to be accounted for. If a drone can potentially locate this player, you could expect a Deimos to maybe go below and try to track her out, but no intel seems to be on site, meaning this Clash will be rendered undetected. Big shout out to Duck, you know. He can't even hate watch correctly. Yaga's finding all success in his life. As they found out where the Clash is, they'll use that frag to deter her for swinging the ops door, but again, that's just ridding a lot of utility. Baiting the plant to try to... I was gonna say, baiting the placement to kind of have somebody throw another frag to rid of Blackbeard's util, but completely forgot about the fact that there is an entire window behind that operator, and such an easy kill for Perplex, really. No over effort was kind of needed to get the job done. Just walked up to a barricade that was already shot out with a little slit in it, and it's a little too easy for him. Now, Crusted is being called to the main breach to try to deny that breach, but it looks like the first Selma will go down, so you have to get out of dodge or your feet will be vulnerable. Perplexed and Farty Marty, what a name, goes big for 1 and 2. A 5v2, and now all they have to do is maintain that pressure. Don't get isolated. Perplexed has no intentions on doing so. 8 kills to 1 death within the server, leaving just Crusted in display. Will get rid of Astro yet again, narrowly missing that flawless round. But it's the GOAT himself, Farty Marty, to get the job done. Beautiful round. Shows us exactly what to expect from a team of this caliber. Now Castaway X take a 2-round lead, and if they can approach a 5-1 split, or it ends 4-2, both play out in their favor as they'll be going on to the defensive half. Couple of forfeits are raining on in, as I can see the chats raining on in on the points and course standing. As you guys might have missed in the earlier stages, this is a 6-round stage Swiss, so that's 6 BO1s played tonight, and then whoever comes out on top qualifies for the playoffs, where there will be an official broadcast tomorrow. There have been 3 teams to get 7-0'd as of now, and 2 others to get 7-3'd, so kind of shows how we're a little bit behind the clock, so we might have to follow one of these teams into the next game to ensure we don't delay the schedule, but we shall see. I might go, I think after this we might cover a console team, considering I know those guys. I'm actually good friends with a couple of them. Castaway CC. I'm very surprised still that there is a full controller team in this Swiss, and I'm very excited to see how they'll perform, because if they make it, I don't care if this is tier 3. It's a very new thing, especially just to me. And there it is, the 3 big booms. Farty Marty, what a name. I actually can't get over it. Will hit Odd with a nuclear verticality play to rid of the clash a little bit easier. She's been obsolete this entire defensive half. 2 times back-to-back. She's been first picked, and now it allows a snowball effect that Castaway X have been putting on very easily. A minute burned off the clock. You've rid of 2 very important players. Thorn was carrying 1 Razor Bloom as a hand grenade to maybe potentially use against the shield op later in the round, and no, it won't happen. As now 3 of these players are forced back. 2 into Pebbles Hall and 1 into the depths of display. 1 Pebbles dead now, just leaving Perplexed on that back lurk. A beautiful backstab already to get a pick, and he'll go down. 9 kills that have gone unanswered for until this round, leaving Twist in server and Crusted in the depths of display. Now Blackbeard will have to be a little bit careful because he's lost a good majority of his health, and the Razor Blooms are starting to give away the locations of certain players. And if you get hit by them, even for 1 point of damage, you'll be limping for a couple of seconds. Nearing that 1 minute clock, Bandit decides to still take this gunfight because of how important it is to shift the sails back into your favor. Twist and Crusted doing a great job at doing so. These players now have to tread on eggshells. Not that they've given away a 5v2 lead. Need to be careful. 1 C4 remains. If you can keep that closed off correctly, you essentially give yourself a plant to dream of. Spraying as he just walks in and heads on over to the default plant. Now, Marty, you're not accounting for the right things. A C4 could come in. You'll get rid of the first player. The C4 doesn't hit its mark, meaning Rex can plant comfortably, as Crusted has already taken the damage. As long as he doesn't isolate this or pre-fire, he should be perfectly fine. The diffuser will go down, and Farty Marty doesn't even need the help. The legend with the legendary name gets the 2 kills to clean it up for himself. giving Castaway X a near flawless half. One more round, and they will have a half to dream of, as they'll be 1 round shy of that match point. We'll head back downstairs. The only site that Vesper has won so far was that one we just saw upstairs. Not looking too great as of now. They're kind of getting picked apart at the seams. Every time they try to do something a little bit different from what they've tried previously, they just get picked apart one by one. So, kind of have to see what they'll try to do when they switch on to the attacking half. Let's hope they attack better than they defend, because we could see a comeback for the ages. And based off of that first round, we know this team is more than capable of being able to apply the pressure at the right times and areas of the map, as Castaway X were up 3 bodies. And still, they ended up losing that first round, showing how much Vesper is really capable of kind of getting this job done. But the warehouse hold has always been a little bit perplexing, as you could use those 2 reinforcements somewhere upstairs to hold kind of vertically. And from there, you layer your defenses, so if anybody tries to walk in through showers, you have a little bit of verticality to isolate that. But if somebody tries to walk in through missile, then you have a full area of verticality where you can use a player that's manually just positioned up there. Now Twitch taken off first. Arguably the only player you don't want to fall for Vesper, as his ability regenerates, and with the amount of utility that Wamai provides alongside with a shotgun and a C4, it's a pick that'll be missed. As now Castaway X are starting to apply the pressure very early on. They can sit back, relax, while they do the prerequisites to ensure they have a very smooth sailing execute. As we know how easy it is for Vesper Esports to eat the calls on the Jago payloads. Vipsky runs out and gets a double. Not what you want to see, especially after you get first pick. Losing that sends compromises the integrity of your entire execute, meaning you might have to go out your way to play a little bit more aggressive, a Call of Duty style type of play, to either even out the man counts or shift it back into your favor. Although the former is a little bit harder to do, especially since Vipsky and Odd just keep eating the Jago payloads and swinging everything. He's big with 3 now. Odd swings onto Astro, leaving a 1v4. Eli, the shield operator that isn't scared to aim down. But in this case, there's too much pressure mounting to get this job done. A 4-2 split, all too common on layer, but it's not on the sides you would have expected. Castaway X now go on to their defensive campaign. Castaway X, their first venue on the defensive, will be selected to go upstairs onto Master and R6. Excited to see how they'll play it out. We haven't really seen a lot of display extensions yet, or going out into Pebbles Hall to kind of play a little bit more aggressive on anybody that crosses. So I'm quite excited to see how that'll provide. But you see a lot of differing play styles from team to team. That was the layout. Mira, the first time we've seen her brought this entire game. And she can be utilized up until post-9th round, until those third and final bans come in. You can decide to use one Mira facing into display. That'll allow you to have a cross into the site and into bathroom as well. Which seems to be the... Oh, no. Oh, buddy, that's not the right side. Oh, no. Oh, no. It goes on the left. It works as well, but now look at that. You have a full access way in from bathroom to chop off this person's head if they get a little too carried away on peeking the mirror. That's why you put it on the left. So, yeah, you still have the same access points, but you protect your entire body, and there's no risk of you dying unless you just get fried in your gunfight. Now Grim has used nearly all of his Bs in the first 40 seconds of the round, and not a single one has landed on the mark. As the Wamai discs intercept almost all of them, and Perplexed gets rid of Odd. Hard Reacher down this early on could be a catastrophe, especially with another wall on Mask to open. You got rid of the one that you need to establish across, but the default plan will be a little bit harder to establish now that you need a can opener to get there. And you have players that are fixated in the hallway to ensure you don't just walk up the breach and slap on whatever. Now Blackbeard is slowly having his health shaved off one by one, but has done his work to allow his teammates to push in where it's needed. But again, these players are just getting their health shaved off one by one, and it could be a little disastrous if they don't address this. Now Blackbeard decides to just beeline it into the hallway to push out the players that were residing in this area. Now this could work out, but if Beer decides to throw a C4, say goodbye to your life. Now Farty Marty goes down to 1 HP and finally finished off by Twist, but Rexon gets rid of Hydro. Establishing that lead very fast for Castaway X. Now the default plant looks to go down. Trusted rids of Perplexed at C4 will be caught dead in its tracks. As the plant goes down, you need to be able to get aggressive. There's no cross on the external breach right now, so this is the mark where you decide to get aggressive, and Rexon reads that perfectly. One player now covering and is doing a great job while his teammate is forced to go downstairs and play on that verticality. Now Mira wins her gunfight onto Crusted, leaving Twist right below. That light fixture might be a little bit less annoying to deal with, but you can't shoot through the metal bars. It'll be a little bit worse to deal with. So wasted explosive, which could be used in the future. Now Astro deciding to isolate that gunfight and will win it. They'll have more than enough time to counter defuse. A beautiful display of teamwork to give Castaway X a 5-2 lead, 1 round shy of that match point. The ending of this map is near unless Vesper Esports have a comeback for the ages. But right now, it's a little too powerful from this team to show us how coordinated they really are. Every round is something different, a different obstacle for Castaway X to overcome, and every single time they do it with flying colors, with the individual prowess when it's needed from 2 players that stand out to me, being Perplexed and the legend himself, Farty Marty. Even a player like Astro hasn't been finding a lot of joy on the kill side, but the deaths, the ratio, he's been alive for most of the rounds. Half of the rounds he's been alive, and he has 7 assists next to those 3 kills, has also been putting in a performance. Everybody on this team knows their role, and on Vesper Esports, we know they're more than capable of being able to establish points of pressure onto this team. That first round showed us that. In the second round that they were able to grab up, showed us that they weren't going down without a fight. Maybe a timeout is what they need to be able to get their heads on straight. To have more than enough confidence that this team can bring it back if needed. But that'd have to happen before the map expires. See how this will play out. Now finally, we'll see a direct take of verticality. Castaway X had always opted for a warehouse over, and from there to push into Missile Hall, and it's actually kind of worked for them. But this is what I am more accustomed to seeing, especially on a map like Lair, because you can play heavy verticality to force players into the corners of sight and kind of mold the map to your liking and force the plant in default areas. This team doesn't have a Goyo, making it a lot harder to passively deny areas that could be a little bit annoying to deal with. And especially with Echo on the board, it could be a very nice asset for the second. At least one or two of those yokais are shot. Might be a little troublesome. First pick established by Farty Marty. I'll get rid of Hydro. The Bees go down before they can even get pulled out. But Nipsky finally putting in a shift, looking for that double, but you're gifted an olive branch of a kill, but you can't get over Zealous and try to swing again. As now you've lost two critical operators that get you into the site and establish a foothold to be able to try to get that default plant down. Perplex is trolling, dude. There's no way. He's trick-shotting yokais. Finally shot on the second pass. Could be a little bit more than just 2 times. I mean, I haven't been watching him the entire round, but hilarious that that's exactly what he's deciding to do. A minute left on the clock now. As Odd looks to continue to establish pressure. Has those flame bolts, but you need to use them to establish choke points in the site, whether it's the connector or all the way deep into stock, and allow the depth to work for you instead of against. But with 45 seconds left, you see the players getting into certain areas of the map, but with the time running down, the DMR at the long range, and still yokais in play, it's going to be a little bit harder to establish, especially with Astro still going big on. I'm going to call it Kino. You know what? It's not filtration stairs. If you know, you know. Sits close to the shotgun now and has the ability to sit passively until that execute is warranted. As you have the case, you have the time in your favor, and if you fall here, your team still has a one-man advantage. Now Odd looks to take that gunfight. The ACOG goes everywhere but the player's head. Astro's big for 3, leaving Twist and Stock all by his lonesome. The player's circling, hungry to get him off the board. He goes to bait, but Perplex continues to close down that distance and will win out. Match point established for Castaway X as Perplex breaks a 3 KD within the server. And I can only imagine it's all sunshine and rainbows within the call for them, as they're having a great time taking each and every round for themselves. Tertiary site will come through. What do these teams have against Solus? I don't get it. We're yet to see Solus brought. I mean, I'd love to see a good Solus pick. You can use it in that plan. Easier to see where players are droning. And it's kind of common on Lair. Kind of this might be the first map I've seen on Lair without Solus being brought when she's not banned. But Mira survived a lot longer than I had anticipated. But I mean, this game might be over before she has a chance to even get banned on the 3rd and finals. Castaway X from losing the first round in a 2-man advantage to now cleaning house and going up 4 rounds to go onto the match point directly. They can take this home. I mean, they could go on to bigger and badder things to establish as many points as they can, because remember, every round matters, especially in a Swiss stage. Your round differential is factored in if you're tied with a team for points. There are tiebreakers. You also, most importantly, don't want to go to OT or lose your lives. And I'm pretty sure Rexon just barricaded something in front of a Dane. Live to tell the tale, but it is a waste of a frag, so you take your wins where you get. First pick, established by Vipsky. Now the Deimos is going to be on the... Yeah, I was going to say, a little bit interesting that he isn't deciding to push directly into Pebbles to just track whoever's sitting at top green and then push in the pressure, but I mean, it is what it is. You have Farty Marty just floating, and Perplexed winning the one as well is not scared to peek. He did the mirror right this time, and Vipsky gets rid of Perplexed, giving that team the lifeline. Vesper now have just a one-man advantage. They need to do everything in their power to maintain it. You need somebody upstairs to cover while you try to get that plant down. Factor in a shield operator. If you can utilize him correctly, this could be a make-or-break round. Verticality looking to be established, and there will be an off angle onto Farty Marty, but won't be sticking around to tell the story. Was looking for a flank, but as of now, it doesn't seem viable to get that done. The drone sent in, so you're gonna have to drop that hatch, or not. Wait for the smoke to subside. There's no rotate on green, which could be a little bit troublesome when it comes to trying to deny that default plant. The first drop is hit. The Blackbeard's losing a good amount of HP, looking to stick that default plant. Crust with a beautiful backstab to get rid of that one player. Toxic Babes are being sent in a little too late. He realizes he's planting, but by then Hydro has evacuated the area, and the team has established the cross needed. Vipsky, easy kill from the verticality. Vesper, that's the only round you need to begin a comeback. I've seen worse. We've seen 7-0 comebacks. All you need to do is just keep your head up. It's funny. I've heard a couple of casters talk about this, but I think I'm inclined to agree after watching a couple of games across a good amount of platforms, regardless of game, really, whether it's Call of Duty, FIFA, or Siege. You see how much pressure can possibly amount onto a team's back after they're given match point. They have nothing to lose, or they have everything to lose at that point, and the team that's down in a deficit, whether it's 3, 4, or even 5 rounds, they have nothing to lose, so they just start playing with a little bit more freedom, and that allows them to play with confidence. And that's where you see some disastrous comebacks come into effect. Not saying that is the outcome of this game, but it is a factor that you do have to kind of factor in when you're watching these games. And the fact that Farty Marty has been disconnected. And it looks like they're going to be playing this out. Seems like the teams are going to call for a rehost. We'll get them situated, and we'll be back after a swift break.
just wanted
what, guys? We're back. It only took 2 rehosts, a restart of a PC, and a lot of fingers crossed, but we bring it to you. Momentum kinda... Oh, he didn't see the drone. Did he? Oh, he went back for a double take. Look at the workbench. Look down! Oh my god, he didn't see the drone! Oh, Farty Marty. Oh, Farty Marty. You legend. 6-3 is the scoreline for those of you who missed it. The 4-2 split was Castaway X taking it away with a 2-round advantage, and then post-split, Castaway X went on a little bit of a heater, and then on the last round, it was Bunk's briefing where Vesper Esports were finally able to strike back to prevent this match from being over. Now, with 3 hosts, they go one of 2 ways. They either allow the team with the lead to continue to clean house, or it actually gives the other team a little bit more of a chance than people anticipate. It gives them more of an idea on how to continue to apply pressure and reset their mentals despite not being in the lobby for a good amount of time. Oh man, the mirror wrong again, guys! The mirror goes on the left, please! Guys, I beg, please! Please, it does the same thing. Put it on the right side, I beg you guys. Rexon and Farty Marty evacuate the amount of pressure that amounts in ops. Now Blitz, making his presence known. C4 already been used by the Valkyrie. They seem to be aware that someone's below them. They would be correct, Sophia. Just lurking. Now Bandit guessed wrong and has to get out of dodge. It's a wrong assumption, but the C4 would have been on the front doorstep of the Thermite, but the other side, it's at the top of the breach. And Crusted opens it up by getting rid of Perplex. Not a great chain of events for him, but Eli instantly strikes back and gets that refrag, ridding of the remaining Bs. 90 seconds on the clock, and we're back where we started. All tied up here. Now, no Tachanka brought, but you still have those Toxic Babes. No Goyo as well, which makes it a little bit more physical in terms of gunfights, but if you can rid of the vertical pressure here, you could essentially get a kill on the shield operator trying to walk into sight here, and Zofia doesn't seem to know that there's anybody waiting, and it's too easy for Farty Marty. A beautiful read of the positioning to give the man advantage back to his team and also establish a critical part of the map for himself. Now he can passively deny this breach as the plant looks to go down, and the Razor Bloom goes off, forces him to get off the plant, but the MPX will be actually the thing that'll take you down. Castaway X reaping so much pressure, and Eli doubles down and gets rid of Vipsky, and Odd forced out of the site. Is this what we waited for? The case is loose in the Neverland, and Odd has such a tall order in front of him with only half a minute to do it in. Could bait out. Save that KD, buddy, because this is nearly impossible. As now Castaway X look to grab up their points with a 4 differential in their favor, putting them mid-table as Astro cleans it up, and that's game. Beautifully played out. And wow, that was a very interesting Rios. Rios lasted longer than the posts. Unfortunate that was the ending. We were robbed of an entire comeback series. But unfortunately, that's not how it always works. That was the first game of Swiss within Blitz Lifeline. More to come. We'll grab up a game, get the players fixed into the lobby, get them all ready and prepped for you guys. We'll be back after a swift break. Don't go anywhere. Grab a quick refresher, and we'll be back as soon as possible.
Stay place with you. Stay place with you.
I know it was a little bit of a wait. I'm sorry, but we're back. We have two very, very close teams to my heart. These guys mean a lot to me. But today we have Castaway CC versus Uploaded Intelligence. A lot of them used to play for EKU, and a lot of them have been in the collegiate scene. Those of you who don't know, I'm Sino. We're doing Blitz Lifeline today in Swiss. We're on round 2 nowadays. You saw the standings in the loading screen. Without further ado, let's get the game underway. But while we wait for these players to get situated into the lobby, again, the voting stages will be present to get a chance at on-screen graphics. Put a 1 or a 2 in the chat, and from there, let's get into the game. Damn, these teams did their due diligence. They got it as fast as possible, which in the future could be a little bit worse, considering that means we might have to wait a little bit longer, but I don't care because that means we're into this game faster, faster, and faster. Now, Uploaded Intelligence versus Castaway CC. Some backstory on both of these teams. Castaway CC is a console team, and I'm pretty sure the team I casted for the first time ever, all the way back on console back in 2024. And Uploaded Intelligence has a core roster, not a core roster, it's only 2 people, that I casted at my first LAN 8 times back to back, and they took me to OT all 8 times. So some friendly resentment there, but again, both teams that very friendly with, very, very excited to see how they'll be able to kind of go up against each other. Obviously, with the 2 Valkyrie players being Moko and Weebus. I'm not too familiar with all the players on Uploaded Intelligence, but I know most of them, so it should be quite exciting to see how they play. And I'm excited to see how Consulate, out of all maps, is the one that they kind of show what they have to offer. Now, if you guys wonder why there's going to be a little bit of a wait time when you load into each and every map, it is because of the console load times. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is the only full console roster in this Swiss stage. And they already have started off with a win, so they're looking great. All they have to do is continue to apply that pressure round in and round out if they want to be able to find joy into the playoffs. Now, I think if you win 3 out of 6, you have a good chance at making it, but it's not confirmed. So it is totally dependent on the round differential, how these teams play, and how many lives they'll have left by the end of the day. 4 more matches remain. We're going to switch on over to Latin America to cover Canada. We might have to stay. I'm kind of liking these games. We might have to go watch Nugs, X-Pac Runners IGL, to see how it's looking in the core roster that he's actually running it up with. Moko already on the Denari. Honestly, one of those operators that you really need to ban. And oh my god, look at that angle. Almost hitting it from downtown, but will live to tell the tale. Crypto, also known as Omizi, will go down to a good amount of health and cannot repeat it, or it's life. As Moko continues to challenge. I have never seen this angle before. Maybe I'm just missing out, Moko. Teaching me new things. As he opens it up and gets rid of that Grim before a single B can get detonated. I mean, it burned off the clock, and it's very difficult to deal with the players that are in Visa right now. As finally, it'll be Chonka to open it up and get rid of Cloak. Still a lot left to do. A minute 50 left on the clock. Verticality is very important to get rid of Moko, but he'll do you one better. He'll just evacuate, get out of dodge while he still can. To continue to force the mistakes, round in and round out. Things kind of go quiet as Moko takes his regular position. Now some teams like to stack all of the Denaris to cover the focal point between the door, the walk up of the stairs, and manager's exit. But this time, Moko will drag 2 prisms into long desk, so whenever a player has to cross, it'll be a little bit harder. Now, it'll be the Goyo to get a pick. Sorry, I was trying to read it. I was trying to see if that was an R. Gavre? Gavre board? Gavri? Gavri. I think that's what I'm going to call him before I ask. 55 seconds remains on the clock. It's always the names that sometimes get you. Shield off the board and some of the prisms as well. 2 of them still intact and the Surya gate to be activated. Vizsla needs to be able to find a pick to even things out or rid of Moko, as they really don't have anything to deter him. No lethals, but they do have passives to get the job done. Goyo just completely shreds Strip off the board here. Looks to go big with 2, but no bueno. 30 seconds remain. Combe tries to find sight, but we'll get a pick for his troubles in catering. But it's just unstoppable. The TCSG rips up the site from within. Combe barely clinging on to life. Pre-fire almost connecting, but not enough to connect. The secondary comes out, allowing Combe to isolate. Has the impact, but won't matter. A quad! Goyo goes nuclear in the opening round. Too easy for Uploaded Intelligence, and they'll win out that uppermost site with little to no opposition. We watched one Castaway team take a win in the previous stage. And Castaway CC won their game in the previous stage. The question is, can they continue with that momentum? There was some waiting time in between the first and second round, so sometimes that can kind of go a long way. And if I'm not mistaken, it was Castaway CC that won in max regulation, which means the round differential is lower compared to all the teams. I think it's Akron that tops the bracket right now with a 7-0 difference, if I'm not mistaken. I will double check just in case. It's Lack & Co. and Akron Gold, first or second. It's a couple of teams, actually. It is a 6-way tie for first in terms of round differential. So, a little curious to see how that'll play out, but those are your teams that know what they're doing and have been around for a while, being Akron, Wanted, Goons, Walk Down, first or second, Lack & Co. You may not realize some of the players' names there, but usually just play under different team names with the same core roster that they usually have. Actually, then I'm looking at some of these teams. I don't really know some of them. I mean, Iron 6 Esports is Calico's team, which is a pull from the OG days. Moko just ran out and executed him with a pistol. Oh no. Oh no. Moko, you can't just do that. The type of things that he was doing all the way back in Butler of last year seems to continue to carry on, as he's having a great old time. Now, sometimes you need to see that there are levels to comp, and for Castaway CCs, you guys have to understand that there's also timeouts available. But for players like Moko that have been around the block a couple of times, know what to expect. Trip seems to know that there is a shotgun, and there seems to know there's a C4, so utilizing the shotgun to try to find the C4 that could potentially be on the ground here. First Jago payload will be onto the player that occupies bottom spiral. First interaction of the post 2 minutes is going to just leave Vizsla tagged up a little bit, but nothing to put him in a critical position. Oryx now is going to be brought after his pseudo buff. Nothing to really make him an overpowered operator, but a little bit better than absolutely nothing compared to the operator he was before. But that's what you guys get for not droning. Cloak goes big with 2. Looks to double down, but Tachanka cuts him off, giving access to the calls. Comb and Gavre trade. Now giving a 2-man advantage right back up to uploaded intel. They're playing this absolutely amazing. They know what they're doing and how they want to execute it. Moko knows where he is, but really can't do anything about it. It's an awkward angle, especially in between the metal bars as well. Will retrieve the case, doesn't have a lot of health to work with, but has 2 calls onto each of the operators, which means you could use those Jago payloads to isolate the players, but still, at the end of the day, it's a very difficult idea on how to establish certain points of pressure. When you want to get the upper hand on a PC player, you use a gun that's of the meta, whether it be the SMG-12, the TCSG, or a DMR, because you have less recoil. You can continue to put in pressure, but it shouldn't be the excuse right now. It should be outplaying that gives you the rounds. As 30 seconds on the board, and isolating the Kaid will be the main idea here. Weebus does not decide to reset his phone and instead hold the cross here. That's Valk's head. Tachanka sees it first, but Weebus cleans it up at the last second before it could have went bad. They'll grab up their second defensive round, this time with a little bit more opposition, but the solo lurk from the Oryx gifted them the round, an olive branch of sorts, as Cloaked did his job, and CC now need to find a response soon. A round closer than the previous, and now I can only assume we head on over to Piano, a tertiary site that does not forgive for both sides if you don't play it correctly. For uploaded intel, I mean, their team name really is a beautiful representation of their team, man. Look at that composed roster of Yuto that they're bringing. A Pulse, a Solus, a Maestro, and the Valkyrie. They want as much intel as possible to add insult to injury. They'll bring the proxy alarms with the castle to make sure nobody sneaks in undetected. Could be a problematic round if this pressure continues to amount without any operators to clear out. You have the Dokkaebi. You also have the Deimos, and we haven't seen the Deimos utilized, but they know that Moko's played the Pulse. He's played the Pulse 1 round so far, and it makes sense that he would play it on another round that is complemented by a lot of soft verticality. All quiet while both teams do the classic kind of build up to how to get into the site or an area that could address the site directly. Right now, Zolaris is the biggest problem for this team as there's so much pressure, but it's Crypto to open it up and rid of the Maestro, one of the biggest picks that you could really imagine on the board right now. No more use of the Evil Eyes for the remainder of the round. Now all CC have to do is maintain that operator advantage, even though it may just be temporary. You can utilize to find certain areas of the map. But no bueno as Weebus gets rid of Tripway, and the Boogie drones stop dead in his tracks with him as well. Hearing the pulse scanner open, you could get rid of this one player, or you could be the one that is rid of next. Crypto treading carefully. That's 2 C4s and the only ones left exhausted fully. Now Weebus resets the phone as Valkyrie losing access to her cameras. Kind of makes her obsolete and renders her as an only gun. No intel needed. You have cloaked to sit on those cams, but I mean, those Jago payloads, as long as you haven't eaten them, they're just going to be a pain, and it's a lose-lose situation, especially being an intel-heavy team. Maybe the Dokkaebi ban was what you needed. You'll have the chance to ban that out right after this round. 50 seconds remain, and they look like a little bit of a split take will be going around here. Moko just has the sole job of pulling out that heartbeat scanner and giving out comms to his teammates. Crypto gets rid of Avre, now just leaving one player, but caught out at the last second and tied up right again. Every pick that they get is instantly met with a refrag. 30 seconds remains. Moko forgetting where his teammate put the castle, giving away his location. Vizsla capitalizes. Again, no C4s. The Solus is the biggest problem right now. Or maybe it's Weebus just shooting through floors easily like that. It's a little too easy for the kill, now leaving Zolorus in a 1v1, or a pseudo 1v1 while the plant looks to go down, but it doesn't matter. Comb opens it up, rids of the player with little to no opposition, and Castaway CC break even into their first round. It only gets easier from here, but you're gonna have to make do with the fact that you very well may lose your Dokkaebi. The uppermost floor is unlocked yet again. Valkyrie will be the pick that is rid of, and Dokkaebi in turn. Two very critical operators for the intel and the integrity of the site here, but no pulse, as Moko's going to head right back on to his Denari to play on the cross strategies that establish so much pressure in the earlier stages of this map. It could be a problem, but we'll just have to wait and see the amount of pressure that Castaway CC can handle without being able to use a Dokkaebi. It might be time to switch it up and maybe go for a yellow take. Or look for a gap and have one of your fraggers, like Tripway, who's currently only 3, look for something. I mean, usually he's in the building first on Ash, but looks like the roles have switched up. They're interchangeable, as it'll be Tachanka that sits on the fragger role more often, and is the one that is responsible for trying to find the individual picks. Very, very heavy on utility and verticality, which honestly has taught me a couple of things. That angle that Moko has established in admin is a first time for me, or manager, sorry, as you can see all the way down onto that window, which is ridiculous. He got a first pick off that for free, and it looks like Comb knows this and is like treading on eggshells when it comes to approaching that window. Ace gets the triple opened up, and for that he'll be rewarded to take some damage off of 2 players. As one was just in passing and just got caught. Now, time continues to just tick down against these players, and time just is of the essence at this point in time. But again, the fact that they've gotten admin this quickly and they don't have to worry about C4s because the Valk's gone, there's none on the board. You have to worry about the Vulcans and the time, yes, but this is a lot further than they've gotten without losing a body on their previous attempt at this site. And now that they have the Flores and the Twitch, it becomes a lot easier to get the job done here. Now Vizsla could be assigned to use the damage of his drones to get rid of the prisms, but you have to be able to send them in. It's a little bit riskier to get involved. I mean, what did you expect to happen, Vizsla? You'll get a bullet off, but it's not enough to put Cloak down, as he'll go down to 1 HP, but will rid of all of the Rotero charges. Swinging out, I haven't idea that Trip sees the gun barrel, but pops over at the wrong moment, so Tachanka takes it into his own hands and one-taps him. Console ain't here to play, as they'll even it out, but you need to be able to materialize your execute as time is starting to run loose, and You do not have the Vulcans popped up, meaning a default plant is getting less likely as the time continues to tick down. A minute left. Jawbreak gets rid of Crypto, but Comb is instantly there on the refrag as he'll take catering yet again. Now Trip gets rid of Moko and it starts to kind of get lively here as Obese Tachanka just walks in, rids of the next player. But this Tachanka isn't obese, he's fast. Huibis just running around, rids of the player. We'll use the Shmikas to finish him off. Now you could go for a default plant, looking for the Vulcans, but it looks like they're all exhausted. Now Comb is gambling that Weebus is going to walk through that door and isolate. It's a gamble, and he doesn't have enough health to work with to be gambling. Being this low, now Trip is going to be hit with the Shmikas, has to stick it, but it's a beautiful denial. Weebus forced to get aggressive, exactly what he'll do. Forced to switch to the primary. Now Tachanka just run, what a clutch! The Valkyrie players are here to play. A 1v2, it was a 1v3 at one point. Doesn't matter. It's too easy as Uploaded Intelligence take a 3-1 lead. And Castaway CC need to go back to the drawing board before this gets out of hand. This game continues to pay back certain amounts of pressure. CC could have walked away with a tie right now, but players overheated and you lost the man advantage by allowing to isolate. The Tachanka would have never been able to send those Shmikas off the angle if Ash had stayed alive, parked out in that corner, and just waited. But nope. That is serious points that need to be reviewed. If you want to compete, PC is different gravy. People don't believe me, but it is very fast to see after you load into a game. You'll see how it'll play out. Now we head on over to the closing rounds of Uploaded Intelligence defensive campaign. They could find joy. Moko's been an absolute psychopath, breaking even, providing intel and getting aggressive all in once. He ran out with the Musock and got a kill for it, but it's a little too easy for Tachanka to get that kill as Moko was read out by shooting that barricade as the round started, giving away a little too easily. Now Solos being gone, Intelligence game is in the favor of CC now, but the Boss G almost taking the head off of Crypto. Needs to just tread on eggshells for the remainder of the round because a gust of air could just down him. Hold on. Crypto getting a little bit again of another olive branch, taking all that damage and is rewarded with a kill for that. Now Cloak, forced to do damage control, tries to close out the distance, but hearing that Vulcan needs to be a little bit careful. Weebus coming up to Spiral as well, leaves one player all alone on the yellow side of the building, meaning if a single drone recognizes the fact that this player is isolated in sight, they can hit a blitz into the site and completely rid of the Util. Beautiful to hide the Twitch drone inside of the barbed wire. Get this breach opened up without delaying any time. Those auto canisters were rendered obsolete. Now they don't know where this Vigil is, but with a little bit of a blunder, Cloaked waited too long, made too much noise, and Vizsla finally heard it, got rid of him, and full verticality is now being accessed. Cone will go down, but if Cade walks in through, he's dead, but apparently not. Vizsla, hello? You gotta shoot him, buddy. 2 C4s, 2 ZMRs, makes this very realistic to win. The second one gets back in blood, it's a problem. And as you can see, the bodies drop like flies for Castaway CC. Now you need to rid of somebody, and who is it going to be? Trips as the player that sits deep in lunch and will take it all on for himself. The Canadian goes big with the first and the second. They call him Fragmite for a reason. CC close down the deficit to 1. And if they tie this half, if they take this at a 3-all split, this could be very, very bad for Uploaded Intelligence. these teams continue to stay neck and neck. After the first 2 rounds, I thought it was going to be a little bit more siding towards Uploaded Intelligence because of the amount of angles and map knowledge they had, and with the way they play, it's refreshing, but it's also very annoying to deal with when you see random footholds. You see a lot of utility stacking up against a team like Castaway CC that may not have too much Tier 3 experience against full PC players as a console roster. It could be a little bit of growing pains when it comes to adjusting, but it looks like no task too large for them, as now they need to just clean up the fact that they give away bodies, and they'll find joy a lot easier than they think. And for Uploaded Intelligence, a unique playstyle is always fun to watch, as they use a lot of intel when they go on to maps that are coveted by a lot of soft destruction, making it fun to watch them utilize different operators. Now Moko, not going for a spawn peek, but will occupy the same place he was in before. He had his head chopped off in the previous round. Now looking to rid of all utility before venturing out on our own. Cloaked and Moko will be the only ones out of sight. Units on the soft drone. And we've yet to see a Deimos on the pick yet. All quiet while Moko continues to do. I mean, it's just gifted to him. It's just gifted to him. It's actually between these two players. I mean, Moko did the same thing to Crypto in the first round, but through a weird, cheesy foothold angle. And now continues to do the same thing. Moko's running circles around him. Almost actually managed, actually not even close to winning the gunfight if it was a headshot, but here's the Vigil getting close. No one here to help him, and Cloaked takes full advantage of the panic, now losing verticality and the can opener so early on. It's a little concerning. The drone being sent in to find the Vigil. Now they have a general location. Keep them on this side of the map, but now you can continue to have players circle on. It's exactly what Tachanka will do. Trip rotating out into Piano. But Cloaked can do it all for himself, as he rids up the Tachanka as well and continues to apply the pressure as this time continues to run down. 2v4, man advantage in the favor of Uploaded Intelligence. They can take a 4-2 split and establish the classic way on how this map is supposed to be played. Now the hatch is opened up here, and the drop of the hatch, I'm assuming, has been heard, as Trip is very weary of where a player could be occupying. One coming up from top yellow as well. They could go for a pinch, but if they wait too long, somebody can just come up yellow and play a supporting role. Now the Vigil finally taken care of. 2v3 closes down. The man advantage, just one, but they still have so much left to do. You need to get the main wall open. You need to get rid of the player on pillar and try to put that default down. But all of these operators have their own specialty. One, very, very equipped for the close range, and the other two are very equipped for the long range. The thing they have in common, they all have C4, so you're essentially playing the floor as lava until this timer expires. Mute, with his recent buff, also allows more range on his jammer, so collecting intel on these players becomes even harder. Comb going down to just 2 shots at the DMR. But Trip will get that refrag. The time continues to run down. It's scarce. You guys need to be able to work with it. Another DMR. First luck shotgun is what it'll take to just get rid of these two players before they even go for the execute. 1 player down, 2 players down. It's just too easy for the defense. 4-2 split is the verdict, as now they switch on. CC trying their defensive campaign in no 2-minute timeout on half, so that means these players are going to be playing a lot more Siege with less time to communicate with their coach if they have one to get the job done. I know for a fact CC has one. I don't know if Uploaded Intelligence may have an advisor or a coach or somebody that strapbooks for them. Very important that they continue to keep the pressure on as fast as possible. Now, no games have ended out so far, so we're still all playing. I'm surprised there haven't been any 7-0s yet. But CC, I mean, applies the pressure, but they need to be able to close it out when it's needed, especially because these two teams are 1 space apart on the standings lead. One of them's 35th, the other one's 37th. So, essentially, if you lose in regulation, the team that wins goes near the top. Factor in the fact of round differential and teams that might hit 2 games back-to-back 7-0, and the other will go near the bottom because you're looking at 1 loss, one win, which wouldn't totally eliminate you, but it would make it harder to qualify for the next day. And to make matters worse, I'm pretty sure we're going to have to go for our third rehost of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Not calling for it, though, so might see what the idea... There it is. Rehost is called. We'll get these players situated, and we'll be back soon. Oh, my God. We're finally back, guys, after the third rehost of the night. Only 2 games, by the way. We're back. Better than ever. And we've been given our first 3 outcomes of the day. 3 teams have now come out on top, going 2 wins for 0 losses. With only, wow, they won. 7-1, 7-2. They're really starting to continue to add the pressure on these teams. Round in and round out. 3 rounds lost across 2 matches. Absolutely insane to think about. Now they look to continue to apply that pressure. Nyx's team also doing very well for themselves as they look to be 5 rounds lost in total. Everybody else now up to catch up. Crypto looking for some form of access point into the building, but nothing presents itself yet as he runs around and looks to get aggressive. Mira will remain on the board, but troubling to see the Goyo smoke bans, which is also going to insinuate that a lot of aggression, fast plays are always going to be the idea here, and it looks to be exactly that. They already have control of Spiral. First blood has already been drawn. 2 players go down. It's a flurry of kills of Orange in the feed. It might be a flawless, nearly a 1-minute round. Oh my god! They did more prep work than actually executing. CC hit with a blitz into the site. 5-2. Uploaded intelligence, absolutely clean house. And the Castaways, they need to clean up their act if they want to be able to go for a second win. A round that I need a couple of minutes to process. Wow. Absolutely demolished as they go through to the next round. They'll try the same site, but I can only assume that uploaded intelligence are just going to get even more aggressive as the rounds continue. Wow, what a round. Like they're a little bit more prepared for the amount of pressure that'll amount onto the site this time. Hopefully they'll do their due diligence in ensuring that they don't fall in a flurry. Frag rolls out, no utility connected, because guess what? There is no utility, but Cloak goes down in the meantime in admin, and I don't think Tachanka's aware of this yet. They went for a split push, and no joy as of now. Moko occupying the window to ensure that no one goes out to finish. His teammate as Cloaked is given a second chance at life, but you can't say the same for Weebus. As Trip opens it up, and all of the pressure from Yellow is now alleviated. All quiet as the team's just doing their prep work, and it could be a missed drone if nobody checks the corners. but now Moko finally realizes the mistake with Kalinda. Crypto getting rid of Zolorus now. This could be the round that is desperately needed by CC to get the job done. They just have to not fall with their bodies. Seems to be a very common occurrence with Castaway teams, is getting a little carried away. Now Crypto eats the call, but gambling his life in the meantime. Almost falling, but still there to stay alive. Now Sledge does carry a primary of a shotgun, so can't really walk into the site without expecting to get absolutely destroyed, but Cloak gets rid of Vizsla in the meantime, tying things up, but these players are getting their health shredded off of them per the time. Now another C4 goes up, but does almost nothing to this Nomad. They'll trade as Cloak one-taps him off the board. Moko just cannot engage close range if Triple decides to bullet the shotgun, which he won't. No airdrops are established, so it could be a little bit of a problem. Comb is there to accompany his teammate on the swing, now leaving a 1v1 situation. That's worst case scenario for CC, considering how much HP this player has. The free fire comes out, but Uploaded Intelligence says no. It's too easy. You had the case. You needed to run out the clock, but no bueno. 6-2 is the scoreline. And Castaway CC are on the brink of loss. They need a miracle to bring this back. CC needed an absolute miracle. I thought it'd stay closer after that round that they attacked on the uppermost floor, but after giving away a 3v1, it's become a little bit more shady. No timeouts called, so it's a little bit harder to deal with as of now. They need to be able to continue to establish this pressure, otherwise it might be a little bit too much to kind of reel back in. Lots left to do. We just have to give them the benefit of the doubt and their idea to get the job done. But right now, Uploaded Intelligence seems like they're operating on a completely different frequency and have these players beat out. No timeout yet to be called. Double shield off usually seems to be the signature for Uploaded Intelligence. Look to continue to rid the time. But as of now, all quiet on the western front, on the main breach, but now the first can opener goes off. The mirrors are being burned, and these defenders should now be called back to site to begin to apply the pressure onto these attacks. They've gotten into coffee with little to no opposition. Where are the defenders that are roaming? Not a single player is watching the flank right now, and you could use that to your advantage as Zolorus is going to be the backstab operator. He's on his cam. All you gotta do is get that easy kill. You'll see the head, but they'll realize you're a floor up, and they won't even interact. Trip now trying to establish direct access, but that hatch popping would have been a lot more bang for your buck than for a random wall bang, but no joy. Finally, the scope pulse goes big, but not a bullet connects. A lot of pressure will mount onto the site. These two operators don't have something to say about it. Yet to down anybody, and falling is just the cherry on top. Not looking good for Castaway CC. What started off as a fever dream now starts to crumble. And a heroic play could happen by the scope pulse. They'll get rid of 1 and 2. There you go. That's all you needed to sit back and relax now, as these players are going to have to be careful, but Moko hits them with the APL Monty tech. player lives to tell the tale as Monty doesn't take a single point of damage, but you can't say the same for Zolorus as he'll go down. Moko looking to isolate, will win the first gunfight, but can't say the same for the second. Somehow managing to reel it in after mistake after mistake. But at the end of the day, they're able to correct themselves. Sit back, relax, and you can find joy. Pretty sure Gavre, both maps combined, is in the double digits, well within. With all of these focal points set up, he's forced to funnel in through either the security door or into the rotate. A little bit harder to do that with awareness that this one player is sitting all the way back near Coffee. It's a beautiful shot, but two-way cross just doesn't work very well. Combe gets a triple kill for his troubles, and now the deficit has been closed down to 3. Lots left to do. Uploaded intelligence. They need 1 to close it out, and Castaway CC have a tall order ahead of them. We'll head back upstairs. Finally, the presence of the Denari could pay as they instantly lock these same operators. It could be an issue here. Getting rid of the snake, I mean, yes, default, but sometimes when you ban default, it kind of goes against you because you're not reading into how the other team is playing. And we've seen Snake a couple of times on the uppermost floor, but that hasn't been the difference maker of these rounds and the sites. It's always been that one operator that's been really annoying to deal with. It's been either a shield operator or that glass. Banning either of them would have covered almost all of the sites. It's uploaded intelligence kind of feed off of the chaos and the amount of pressure that they can establish in a short amount of time. If they can stick to that prophecy, we might be able to see joy. Like a yellow push is the main idea this time around, but right now rotating over to Spiral to maybe be a choke point for any players that try to rotate through. Right now it's set up beautifully. All they have to do is just act upon it to get the job done. We're going to continue to apply this pressure, but still more quiet as they continue to look for that focal point that'll create the most amount of pressure without sacrificing a body or a certain part of the map. Now all response have been saved up by Bizzle to continue to apply the pressure onto the Monty. Moko is not a person you want to isolate or give the space because he will bait until it works, but you have to wonder where these players are. One of them's in the middle of the site, actually. Trip and Crypto go big for the first and the second, but Close finds himself in the middle of yellow, and Crypto's there to clean it up. Zolorus, very low, but has the ability to continue to use those death marks to establish pressure, barely clinging on to life. Gavre's now down. CC looking like they're rejuvenated. They start to apply pressure in all parts of the map, and they're responding to the fast plays a lot better than you would have anticipated. Now uploaded intelligence have slowed down, and it's going to cost them. Monty was isolated for such a large amount of time, such a large portion of the map, that it allowed these players to find comfort. But Zolorus is a one-tap for his troubles, but still given so much more left to do. Not a lot of time to really work with. The case is loose across the map, and these players are all hungry to get their chunk of the pie, but he's looking to go hunting for this player, calls off the death mark. Not a gunfight you want to be able to get carried into, because who knows what type of surprise could be awaiting you on the other side. executive decision to now approach yellow to either retrieve the case or go for the gunfights. Can do both with that swift movement, but planting is nearly impossible in this type of spot of the round. Now, getting rid of Crypto makes this a lot more viable, but Comb just takes his place. Easy swing, job gets done, and now the deficit's closed off to 2. But we said it was near impossible. Could become very possible with the way that Castaway CC is playing. They're here, they're ready for every single piece of denial that is proving against them to be annoying to deal with. They're always there to kind of innovate. And as more teams continue to get their scores admitted, we have now 6 games done, and with more to pend. Notorious, Wanted Goons, Revoked, and Nocturnes occupying the top of the board with the highest round differential in the double digits. I think we're going to cover Nugs & Co. after this. I'm curious to see how that'll look for them. I think they have Kiwi on their team, Vertzi, Bray, and my favorite console convert, NBA Gino. Should be a fun time. So many different console names in a tournament like this is always so refreshing to see. Just hope. I hope it continues to prove itself as a competitive game and not something where these teams just come around and mess around. Seems like something Gino would do. Echo Shotgun isn't a shot I've seen in a minute, but honestly, makes more sense considering he no longer has the ACOG on his MP5. Zolorus using the most outlandish scope on his AK-12, but who am I to say anything? He's the one with the advantage. Oh, I actually just went through the map. Nice. Forgot you can do that on a controller. Looks like a very identical push to what they like to do on yellow, but now they need to be able to clear up the verticality because being able to establish this part of the map with pressure is so important. Now, Moko hit with a double goof, forced to back off here, but Vizsla gets rid of the Nomad, so he knows he needs to isolate. A beautiful read in by Vizsla. Moko can't even ADS. It's a beautiful, beautiful play by Castaway CC. They had the pacing to get the job done, but Uploaded Intelligence had them beat in the first half of the game. Now, the tides have completely shifted. As Castaway CC establish 2 bodies on 2 of the most influential players for Uploaded Intelligence as of now. The remaining players need to be able to do something to establish some form of comeback. Otherwise, this might be over before we even talk about how we might go to overtime. Now Flash renders, where Comb is. He's easily isolated. They'll finally get a kill in response. Zolorus gets 1-2. Hold on. Tachanka betting that the Blitz wouldn't check the corner, but had the hatch as an easy escape just in case. The goo mines from the late Vizsla will continue to haunt this team as they're just scattered upstairs. A minute is left for these players to whip up a miracle. To just take this in regulation and call it a day. Otherwise, Castaway CC have closed the deficit from 6-2 to 6-5, which is every team's nightmare when they're on match point for so long that their mental begins to get chalked. Now Weebus getting blown up twice by the Soulless. And Trip gets rid of Cloaked in the meantime. If you didn't know, the IO scanner can see Blitz's shield as long as it's equipped as his primary and it's not on his back. So Weebus is forced to get more aggressive despite being one of 2 players left last alive. He needs to be able to isolate for the gunfights. Tachanka able to reestablish the verticality and really doesn't have to do anything but wait. Because the more you wait is the more time these players have to sacrifice looking for you. Now the Ace knew you were upstairs, but looked away at the wrong timing. A kill, too easy to think of, and the Blitz was already so low that when the Echo came back from seconds, it was just too easy as Castaway CC have closed down the deficit to just 1 round. Their valiant effort has paid off dividends, and now they're 1 round shy from going to match point. This game has presented itself to be a lot more chaotic than I would have expected, as Castaway CC are really showing us why console is here to play. And for uploaded intelligence, it needs to be a little bit better now that they established such a good advantage. They were just cleaning house round in and round out, but now that they've kind of relaxed, it has not presented itself as a good idea on how to wait for them. Lots left to do for these teams. Hopefully, UI can close this out, or Castaway CC bring it to overtime. I'm content with both, to be honest. I mean, quality of play has just been so well shown. I mean, what else can you expect? Weebus touches ground, and Ram soon to follow, close to using the death mark onto Tachanka, and so Skopos doesn't have enough time to be able to transfer back to the site. It's a little bit of an easy kill now, just leaving a lot left to do here. Trip adamant on resetting the phone. Wants as much health to work with as possible. Deimos doesn't seem to know. Oh no! Doesn't seem to know. Deimos would have been caught so off guard, but jumps the gun and uploaded intelligence. Just catch Castaway CC on the back heel. The round they needed the most now falls apart at the seams. This could be the end of them. They're looking for some form of pressure. Got so many players circling. They're hungry. They're looking to get this game just over with. The plant looks to go down. A 1v5. A near impossible situation to win as Trip is shot out. It's too easy. UI reel it back in when it mattered the most. And won it out so easily. As they'll take this out in max regulation. And a valiant effort by Castaway CC. All I'll say is 7-5 is a lot better than 7-2, which was the projected outcome of this matchup. Beautiful from either side, but I mean, wow. I would have loved to see the console players go to OT, but sometimes we can't just get what we want. Congratulations to Moko and his team for showing me one of the most unique playstyles on console, but they got the job done in the end of the day, meaning we now have to wait for round 3 to be seeded. We'll cover Nugs and Co. for the last matchup that I'll be doing tonight before we head on over to the remaining 3 matchups that these players have to play out. Keep your eye on OPL and Wikipedia, as those teams that qualify will be playing tomorrow on the official broadcast. We'll be back after a swift break. Don't go anywhere. Grab a quick refresher, and we will be back as soon as possible. Lifeline. Round 3 starts, and now we go on to the halfway point of the event, which means 3 more points are to be played out, or 3 more matches after this point in time. I am Cino, I've been your caster so far. We have Nugs & Co. versus Nocturnes. Unfortunately, we'll return to a map we've already been on. That map is, drumroll, it's Lair. Supposed to be played out in a very interesting manner. You'll see some very interesting compositions of teams and how they're built up. I'm excited to see what these teams have. Not so fortunate that we go to the same map twice in one day, but it is still Siege. It is still a fun day. And while we get these players situated into the lobby, get your votes in by either putting a 1 for Nugs & Co. or 2 for Nocturnes in the chat. And we'll be back when this game's ready. We finally gotten ourselves organized within. This should be a fun time. Might have a roster shoot, but as of now, we are all quiet on the western front. Took some time to get this lobby situated. Excited to see how this will play out. Nick is also known as Nix. And Nugs wants a raid when we're done. How do I tell him out of pettiness I'm just going to end the stream? We already casted layer once. We'll see how this ends up for these teams. But it should be a very fun game. Layer against two of the teams that are currently sitting at the top of the board, or top of the board adjacent is a better way to describe it, as I think Nugs & Co. is top 10 and Nocturnes is barely on the brink of top 10. I'll double check just to be sure. Both teams are within the top 10 actually. Nocturnes is 9th and Nugs is 8th. So how Swiss usually works is it pins up the best teams against each other and it forces them to continue and battle it off. Oh, it's so refreshing to see this Mira being placed on the correct side. Oh, wow. It was refreshing. Because now, all that's left to do. We've gone past. This probably will be my last game to cover because solo casting is fun until it's not and your voice is completely gone. So you'll see some familiar names. You'll have literally a mix of everything. You'll have Tier 2 Grand Finalist. You'll have Console Convert, who's been cooking it up within the scene since he switched. Bray, who's also a Console Convert, but has been in the scene longer than Gino with a stint with Invictus. He was actually around for the last Blitz event where they nearly won. Vertzi, and I am not sure his name. And then on the flip side of the circuit, you'll have players like Fallacy, Mako, and Nick, B2A, who's known around the collegiate team more than anything else. First blood almost striking, but no bueno as of now. And now Nugs already through Pebble Column looking to attack into storage and force these players back into sight. Looks to be the idea as of now, but there's already a mirror placed on it, so even if the room is forfeit, it still counts as a very troubling area to hold down. Nugs waltzing in, but completely unaware that Yuji's just sitting close and it's just so easy. Fallacy doubling down and Nocturnes picking apart Nugs at the seams. Gino arriving a little late to the scene, but has to help out the Glass. Bray letting it be known how he feels. Now Gino lurking, looking to find a kill for himself. Reaper holding things down, but knows this mirror is a little bit harder to oppose. Finally getting popped out as Gino goes below. Beautiful to warbang it with the intel of that, but using the smoke to be able to isolate the gunfights. But still, time continues to run down. And I've just realized that the Glass is Kiwi Fanta, a name I haven't heard in a really long time, but for those of you who know, you know. Looking to walk through Nick, rids of Gino very easily, now just leaving 50 seconds. Laz's OTS